The Secret Service. Cat's Eyes. Adapted by Ellis Pagan from a story originally published in Countdown magazine. Ellis Pagan also reads the story alongside Chris Dale. Sunday was as Sunday should be for Father Stanley Unwin as he delivered his weekly message to his Hazelmere flock.
Blessed are the poor, for they shall inherit the earth.
Although that text would hardly have been acceptable to Adrian St, industrial tycoon, recluse, and cat lover.
Now then, Cyril, do you think we ought to buy the Apollosaurus shipping lane?
And neither would it be acceptable to Marcus Fleming, a financier and industrial spy who was just about to exploit Mr. St. strange habit of discussing business deals only with his cat. Ah, a very nice job, Henry. This collar should be an excellent present for any cat lover. The plane's not too bad a touch either. Very kind of you to say so, Mr. Fleming. All three men, the village priest, the tycoon cum recluse, and financial adventurer, were soon to be involved in an incident of national importance. It all began on the following day, when Adrian St received two parcels.
What's this, Cyril? Another piece of unwanted merchandise, I shouldn't wager. Well, I suppose I'd better open it. A Spitfire! What a superb specimen! I must buy it at once! How strange, the card only says, from a fellow enthusiast. Oh, and a present for you, Cyril. A gold collar, and the card here only says, from a fellow cat lover.
But even Adrian, being the independent eccentric financier that he was, could not resist trying the gift on his favourite pet.
Why, you look quite splendid, Cyril. I don't usually accept gifts from strangers, but I think this is an exception. Now, let's get down to business. I fancy we should invest in Valium rubber.
And just a few miles away, in a specially fitted receiving station, Marcus Fleming gloated over his success.
Shell, Supreme Oil, buy Needham's Chemicals.
It works! We're on to a gold mine! You're a genius, Henry! It works like a charm! Right, Lucille, get me broker. It's time to start investing. By Tuesday afternoon, Adrian St losses could be measured in millions.
Now listen to me, Joseph. Listen, either you find out who's invading my privacy, or I'll go abroad with all of my property, do you hear?
Soon after St threat, the chief of British Intelligence Service Headquarters Operation Priest, appropriately titled the Bishop, was called to 10 Downing Street for a meeting with the Prime Minister. There's no need to tell you how serious this affair is, Bishop. If St carries out this threat, it could mean national bankruptcy.
Yes, Prime Minister. It will mean cooperation from St Cyr. If we can get that, the leak should be traced fairly quickly.
Well, that's just it, my dear boy. The silly man refuses to cooperate in any form. Unless you've an agent who can turn into a cat, he won't let you near the house. Before long, Father Unwin had a call from the bishop.
Bishop to agent number 3. Is that you, Father Unwin? Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. I want you and Matthew at the Rysdale branch of the Royal Air Force immediately, Unwin. Very well.
Pretty soon, Father Unwin was on his way to RAF Rysdale to receive his briefing. Driving in Gabriel, his Model T Ford, he arrived at the gates to be greeted by security. "Go ahead, Padre, the CO's waiting for you." Father Unwin was escorted into the commanding officer's office, with the minimizer and Matthew's suitcase in tow. The commanding officer, one Air Commodore Henderson, and the bishop were waiting for them.
Ah, there you are, Unwin. I see you've brought the minimizer with you. Yes, I have it here.
"Well now, if you chaps are ready, I shall take you down to the hangar." Henderson was as good as his word. He took Father Unwin and the bishop to the base's biggest aircraft hangar. "Well, there you are, chaps. Our latest toy, the FS-783. It's the RAF's latest strike fighter, and it's just about the latest thing in electronic equipment. Now then, Bishop, I want to be sure that it'll be safe in your hands."
Don't worry, Henderson. We'll look after it. Just ensure that when Father Unwin leaves this hangar, no one is to enter it until he returns.
Meanwhile, Adrian St, still fretting over his losses, tried to relax with his model airplane collection, a collection reputed to be the finest in the world.
We've lost 3 million today, Cyril, but they won't get any more.
Just 6 miles away, Marcus Fleming could hear every word, all thanks to the miniature transmitter on Cyril's collar.
All our transactions will stop until my ultimatum expires. Haven't we made enough yet, Marcus?
"Oh, shut up, Lucille. I want one more tip and then we'll call it a day. That old money grabber is bound to break his silence sooner or later." At the same time, Gabriel was nearing St Towers.
Nearly there, Matthew. I only hope Mr. St will let me in.
"I'm sure you'll manage to persuade him, Father." Gabriel pulled up outside St Towers, and Father Unwin got out to be greeted by the groundskeeper. "Oi, just what you think you're doing? The Towers is off limits to the public."
I am not the public, just a humble servant of the Lord. I wish to see Mr. St.
"Mr. Sincere don't see anyone. Now clear off." Father Unwin decided it was high time to utilise his Unwinese.
I think as he'll see us to me, would you tells him I have a perfecto specimen of the FS-783 in my possessibold?
The what now? Despite the groundskeeper's confusion, the message was delivered, and soon Father Unwin was shown inside. "This way, sir. Mr. Sincere is waiting for you."
Thank you most kindly.
Once he was inside Sincere's office, Father Unwin showed Sincere the parcel. Sincere could hardly control his excitement.
Well, where is it, man?
Father Unwin removed the wrapping of the parcel.
My goodness, the FS-783? But that's new, isn't it? Why, it's superb! I simply must have it. Ah, but you haven't seen it all yet, Mr. Sincere.
Sincere couldn't see Father Unwin mouth his almost silent message to Matthew.
Right you are, Matthew. Off you go.
Seconds later, the miniature FS-783 was in the air. Sincere could hardly believe his eyes.
I don't believe it. Well, I'll say one thing. It's the finest thing I've ever seen, Father Unwin. Yes, one could say it's almost real, Mr. Sincere.
With the demonstration over, Matthew brought the miniaturized fighter down.
You see, the FS-783 is a most remarkable aircraft, Mr. Sincere. A top speed of 2,000 miles per hour and the ability to hover like a helicopter. I believe they call it vertical takeoff. Plus, the very latest tracking equipment. So you tell me, why it could probably find a sixpence in a field from 12 miles up. Most remarkable indeed, Cyril. I must have it for my collection. Unfortunately, I don't think the owners will part with their model, but I'll let you have it for a day or two, just to play with. I must be off now.
Father Unwin couldn't have known that the whole meeting had just been transmitted to Marcus Fleming.
Now, why did you bother to show it, Cyril? Well, I suppose it was very kind of the father to leave it here.
What? Stop playing with your aeroplanes, you stupid old goat. Get back to business.
Oh, come off it, Marcus. You've made £3 million already. Let's leave it now. Sweet dreams, Cyril. I do hope Father Unwin can arrange for us to buy the FS783.
Switch it off, Henry. It seems we're not getting any more info tonight. We'll wait one more day, but that's it. The second I don't hear anything tomorrow morning, the whole operation is cancelled. C-A-N-celled. No sooner after Sincere left the darkened room than a tiny light glimmered in the miniaturized cockpit. It was Matthew. He was still inside the cockpit. Matthew to Unwin. Come in, Father.
Go ahead, Matthew.
I can see a small light on Cyril's collar, Father. That must be where the signals are being transmitted from.
Very well, Matthew. Take necessary action.
And so, Matthew took his second flight. Come on, pussy, wake up! Here, puss, 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 puss! Luckily for Matthew, Cyril agreed to play. The fighter swooped down, but missed the cat by just one hair. Matthew tried again, and this time the miniature sonic boom was enough for the collar to fall off. Next, Matthew used the down-thrust jets to hover above the fallen collar.
Unwin to Matthew. Come in, Matthew.
Matthew here, Father.
How's it going, Matthew?
So far so good, Father. I'm just picking up the collar now. Good thing the RAF installed these retractable arms. It's like the claw game at the end of Brighton Pier.
Seconds later, I have the collar secure, Father. I should be with you in a few minutes. Matthew flew the FS783 towards an open window. On my way, Father. And in just minutes, Matthew returned to Gabriel. Father Unwin was waiting for him. Now all we have to do is find out who's been pinching Sincere's secrets.
Yes, we do. Now, Matthew, I want you to track down that radio receiver whilst I go back home. Good luck, Matthew. You know what to do.
So Father Unwin and Matthew went their separate ways. The next morning, back at Hazelmere Vicarage, Father Unwin had his usual breakfast and then went to Gabriel, but not before stopping to talk to Mrs. Appleby.
Oh, Mrs. Appleby, I won't be home for lunch. I have business to attend to, shall we say. I'll get something special for your tea then, Father. Toys for the orphanage, I suppose, what with it being nearly Christmas and everything. What a good man Father Unwin is.
Once he was inside Gabriel, Father Unwin turned to the miniature FS783. Matthew had landed it inside the Model T Ford while Father Unwin was having his breakfast.
There's been a slight change in the proceedings, Matthew. I have to pay a visit on a friend before we get to work.
Okay, Father, but remember, Sincere begins work in an hour's time. Whoever's listening in will expect to hear something. Minutes later, Gabriel drew up outside Hazelmere's public house, the Duck and Firkin.
Won't be long, Gabriel.
Father Unwin went inside to talk to the landlord, Rex Cooper, who, when he wasn't tending bar, could be found at the Collins Music Hall as the world's greatest impersonator. Morning, Father. Pint of the usual ginger beer, I presume?
Indeed. Oh, while I have your attention, I'd like you to use your voice on my tape recorder. Read out what's written on the sheet near the cat's collar, and...
Father Unwin whispered something in Rex's ear. Oh, right you are, Father. I guess it's time I gave the old tonsils a testing. Marcus Fleming was in good spirits when he switched on his radio receiver. Right, Mr. Sincere, enough of your protesting, and let's have some hot tips.
Well, Cyril, it's about time we started buying again. This new Australian nickel find interests me.
I knew he couldn't keep quiet for long. Get your notebook ready, Lucille. Henry, phone the stockbrokers. We're going to make millions today. Millions! An hour later, Marcus's dreams of riches and power began to unravel. All the shares we've bought are going down, boss. Okay, Henry, don't panic. If Adrian St says they're valuable, that's enough for me. But later still...
They've lost 2/3 their value, Marcus.
And they're still going down. All right, unload them quickly, man. Outside, a familiar airplane engine was heard. The FS-783 had found Marcus's hideout.
Okay, Matthew. If you're certain it's the right place, move in.
Roger, Father. Matthew flew the FS-783 inside Marcus's hideout. What sorcery is this? Eek! It's those mushrooms I had for breakfast. It must be. The FS-783 destroyed every single computer bank Marcus was in possession of, and Marcus decided that it was high time he and his cohorts fled the country and found a plastic surgeon in Bolivia. Matthew also chose this opportunity to leave the house. Mission accomplished!
Well done, Matthew.
Father Unwin reported back to RAF Rysdale, where the bishop was waiting.
There is just one thing I'd like to know, Bishop. How are you going to explain things to Mr. St? Ooh, let Harold worry about that. Get the fighter back to normal size before the RAF get too inquisitive.
And so, Bishop closed another file. But it was not without some confusion to at least two of the men involved. The next day, Adrian St received another parcel. This one seemed more down to earth, quite literally.
What a curious affair, Cyril. A nice model, but somehow it doesn't look quite as real as Father Unwin's version.
Marcus Fleming and his cohorts didn't make it as far as Bolivia. Instead, they ended up in Wormwood Scrubs prison. But it was foolproof! I can't understand it!
Well, somehow you turned a £3 million gain into a £3 million loss.
I know. Don't remind me. And Sunday was as Sunday should be for Father Unwin, who delivered his weekly message to his flock.
And ye shall reap as ye shall sow. An interesting text, my friends, and ever more true today.